In a village with a rich history and strong traditions, people live in harmony with nature. The village was known for its lively culture and close relationships, but there was a mysterious black pot that had been sitting there for generations, untouched. Some believe it brought good luck, while others thought it brought bad luck. The villagers whispered tales of the pot's origin, each more fascinated than the last. Some claimed it was a gift from the gods, while others believed it was a remnant of the powerful sorcerer's magic. The elders often recounted how the pot had been discovered one stormy night, found by a group of hunters who had taken shelter under a large baobab tree. Lightning had struck the tree, revealing a hidden cave beneath its roots. Inside, they found the old black pot, glittering with a mysterious aura. Despite their fear, they brought it back to the village, sensing its significance. As the years passed, the pot became a symbol of mystery and respect. It was kept in the chief's compound, guided carefully, and only brought out during significant events or times of great needs. The villagers noticed that whenever the pot was used in a ceremony, crops would flourish and the village would prosper. However, whenever someone tried to use it for personal gain, misfortune would soon follow. The pot's reputation was so profound that many villagers believed it held the power of an ancient guardian watching over them. The chief's family had always been responsible for safeguarding the pot, a duty passed down from generations to generation. The current chief, a wise and benevolent leader, understood the delicate balance the pot represented. He had two children, a son and a daughter, both of whom were curious about the pot's powers and the stories surrounding it. One fateful season, the village experienced an unprecedented drought. The once green field turned brown, and the river that flowed through the village dried up. The villagers grew desperate as their food and their water supply stopped. In a council meeting, the elders and the chief decided it was time to call upon the pot once more. They prepared a grand ceremony, hoping to invoke the pot's blessings to save their village. The chief's son, a brave and impulsive young man, was particularly intrigued by the pot. Unlike his cautious and thoughtful sister, he was eager to understand the pot's secret and its power. On the eve of the ceremony, he sneaked into the compound where the pot was kept. As he approached it, he felt a strange pull, almost as if the pot was calling out to him. Ignoring the warning of his ancestors and the village elders, he reached out and touched the pot. The powerful surge of energy coursed through him, and he was overwhelmed by visions of the past and the future. He saw the pot's creation, crafted by an ancient and wise man who had poured his knowledge and spirit into it. He also saw glimpses of the village prosperity and the dark times that followed when the pot was misused. The young man realized the pot true nature. It was a pot of balance, rewarding harmony and punishing greed. As he began to understand the gravity of his action, the pot energy expelled him, and he found himself on the ground, disoriented. His sister, who had been following him, helped him up and scolded him for his recklessness. She too had heard the legend and respected the pot's powers. Together, they vowed to never reveal what has transpired that night, hoping the pot's energy had not been disturbed too greatly. The next day, the village gathered for the ceremony. The chief and the elders performed the traditional ritual, and the pot was brought out and placed in the center of the gathering. As the villagers chanted and prayed, rain clouds began to form in the sky. The atmosphere grew thick with anticipation, and soon the first drop of rain fell. The villagers rejoiced, believing their prayers had been heard. However, the chief's son noticed something unsettling. The rain, while welcomed, seemed more intense than usual. It quickly turned into a torrential downpour, causing flood and destroying crops. The young man and his sister realized that his interference with the pot had disrupted the balance it maintained. The villagers, unaware of the true cause, believed the pot has turned against them. In the days that followed, the village faced even more challenges. The flood brought diseases, and the once thriving community struggled to survive. The chief, heartbroken and desperate, called another council meeting. They decided to consult the village oldest living elder, a wise woman who lived on the outskirts of the village, known for her knowledge of ancient history and remedies. The elder, upon hearing the tale, immediately sensed a disturbance in the pot's balance. She asked to see the pot and perform a cleansing ritual, but she also insists on speaking with the chief children alone. Reluctantly, the chief agreed, trusting her wisdom. In the privacy of her heart, the elder confronted the siblings, sensing their guilt. The young man confessed his action, and the elder listened patiently. She explained that the pot's power was deeply tied to the village collective spirit and harmony. To restore balance, they need to perform a purification ritual and genuinely repent for their mistakes. The elder, with the help of the siblings, prepared the ritual. It required not only traditional herbs and chants, but also acts of selflessness and unity from the entire village. They needed to come together, acknowledging their dependence on one another and their environment. The elder, with the help of the chief children, organized a day of communal activities. The villagers worked together to rebuild what the flood had destroyed, shared their remaining resources, and forgave old grievances. It was a day of collective effort and reflection, culminating in a grand ceremony around the pot. As the villagers gathered, the elder led the ritual, invoking the spirit of their ancestors and the guardian of the pot. She spoke of harmony, balance, and the importance of respecting the gift that had been given. The villagers, including the chief children, offered their sincere apologies and pledged to honor their traditions. A palatable shift occurred as the ritual concluded. The pot, which had seemed dull and lifeless, began to glow softly, radiating warmth. The villagers felt a renewed sense of hope and connection. The rain returned, this time gently nourishing the land. Crops began to grow again, and the river flowed once more. The village thrived, and the chief children learned valuable lessons about responsibility and respect. The old black pot remained a symbol of their unity and the delicate balance they needed to maintain. Its mystery endured, reminding each generation of the power of harmony and the consequences of greed. And so, the tale of the old pot was passed down through the ages, a story of caution and wisdom, teaching the villagers the importance of living in harmony with each other and their world. The chief children grew into wise and respected leaders within the village. They never forgot the lesson they learned and made it their mission to pass on the teaching of the old black pot to the next generation. Under their guidance, the village flourished like never before, embracing traditions and ensuring that the harmony between people and nature remained unbroken. Years passed, and the village continued to prosper. The chief's son and daughter had families of their own, and their children grew up hearing the tale of the old black pot and the balance it maintained. The pot itself was only brought out for significant ceremonies. Its presence always met with a mixture of reverence and respect. Thank you for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.